A lot of people don't even know where Fargo is or that it exists sometimes, honestly. There is actually people here.
I think these guys have been welcomed up here as much as you can welcome a group from out of a region. And I don't think you'd get a complaint from any of them about living in Fargo, except if you start talking weather, then they might grumble a little bit. I don't blame them on that one. I complain too.
Fargo, man, it's an awesome place. There's a lot of people that aren't from the area, aren't familiar with it, and they think it's just a cold tundra, and which it kind of is. But once you live here for a year or two, get to know people, it's some place that you'd probably want to live for the rest of your life.
You know, this is an area of the country where people are close-knit. They're proud to be from Fargo. They're proud to be associated with each other. People are just nice here. And that love, that caring for each other certainly carries over to our team. In this era of one and done and kids looking to go pro, we didn't have to worry about any of that. We can say, all right, we can learn from this year and get better the next year, and this team, the core of it's going to be intact.
That first couple of years was rough. We were a young team, and there was a lot of talk about what we could be. We had potential and all that, but that, at that point, that means nothing.
We lost in the finals in Sioux Falls last year at South Dakota State. Taylor Braun walks into the press conference and in a very blunt manner says, we're going to be here next year and we're going to win it.
I think we just honestly, we owed it to ourselves to, keep fighting. We've put in 4 or 5 years of work. Coming up short just isn't going to cut it.
They all came to us very talented, but they all came to us with reasons that they didn't have more recruiting action. Taylor Braun was a kid that had 0 other Division I offers. He was a couple days away from committing to a Division II school. After about 3 days of practice here, he was really down and didn't know if he could make it. Fast forward, he's Player of the Year in the league, and he's got NBA scouts coming to watch him.
Saul says it best, he's our alpha dog. I mean, he's one of the best players in NDSU history.
As a person, Taylor is nice, kind-hearted, he cares a lot about people, but on the court, you wouldn't be able to tell.
I want to prove the country wrong that I feel like I deserved to get more attention coming out of high school. But at the same time, I'm very thankful for this opportunity and just want to do everything I can to help my teammates win and show the world what I'm capable of.
Having 4 1,000-point scores, and we were close to a 5th one.
5 would have been the first time in any school's history. 4 is unbelievable. You can't tell in the locker room after a win who's played poorly or who's played well. And conversely, after a loss, same way. It's a trait you try to cultivate as a coach, but it's also something that takes a pretty special group of young men to actually buy into.
My options were pretty limited, to be honest with you. There weren't a whole lot of schools that were looking at me, and they're just likable people around here. And once I made my visit up here, it was a no-brainer for me. Coach Saul he's a hoot. I mean, it's awesome just to see your coach have that much confidence in you, that much faith, and he's having just as much fun as we are.
Old Marsh, I went to his visit, and he had just gotten done throwing pigs all over the place. I don't know if handling all that pig manure made his hands soft or what, but he's got the softest touch I've ever seen.
The shots him and Taylor Braun and some of the other guards get me, I can't really take credit for them. I'm shooting wide open layups. But no, I didn't expect to be the all-time leading field goal percentage shooter, and so, it's something I take pride in.
Only had really one legit Division I scholarship.
Lawrence is my point guard, period. Coaching him has been one of the joys of my life. To see a young man that, when he came here, he wasn't a point guard. He had played 2 guard because his high school teammate at Peoria Manual was a very good Division I player that played at Niagara. I don't care if he goes 1 for 12 in a game or if he goes 12 for 12. He runs a team.
Saul's a really goofy guy, but he knows when to get serious, obviously, and you never know what to expect from him, ever.
Trey, he comes from a home with a mother that loved him a whole lot and not a lot else. He makes amazing athletic plays, and he's never cared once about the credit, ever. One of the most selfless, appreciative human beings I have ever been around at any level. I'd adopt him, but he's too old and he won't fit into any of the beds in our house, so. The buzzer went off in Sioux Falls. We beat IPFW, and they've done exactly what we had laid out to them. And that, my friend, is why you play. That's unbelievable.
You know, we finally, our senior year, for the most of us, or the 6 of us, we finally accomplished our goal.
By the time I took over, the goal was an NCAA tournament, period. Now our goal each and every year is to compete for a conference championship, to compete for NCAA tournament bids. And you know what? I think we might even have a little loftier expectation than that this year. In fact, I know we do. The funny thing is we talk about all this fire, all this angst about being overlooked. We're a goofy, loose bunch. Nobody has more fun than us, I can promise you that. And just because you want to prove someone wrong doesn't mean you're mad at them. We don't play angry at all, we play happy. People talk about everything that's wrong with college athletics. It comes up all the time. There's a lot here that's right. There is. And with this group in particular, you dive inside, look under the hood, kick the tires, hang out with us for a week. We are who we are. And this group is goofy and they've got a fire in their stomach, and that's a pretty odd combination there. We're just different. Always will be.